simple life. That was where we were. And I feel like there's a ton of astrology right now that's pointing us in that direction, with Uranus and the North Node in Taurus, like slowing down and simplifying down to like look at our relationship with things, like what is for survival, like what is necessity and what is luxury. And we take a lot of luxuries, like not for granted, maybe, like some people maybe, like, but more than anything, we just don't even consider the reality where it doesn't exist. You know, you just like jump straight to convenience and luxury. And is that underestimating the value of the simplicity of this other way, where you are less connected to technology, buying less things, you know, working not as hard to make as much money because you don't need to buy as many things. So now you got all this free time, and like you're even simplifying in your free time, like you're having a garden, or you're taking up a meditation practice, or like spending more time outside, whatever it is. Like there's like this real shift that I know I'm making, and I know there's like a lot of us making this, and it's in the stars right now, like pushing us in this direction to, you don't got to burn down your whole life, but like consider some options, you know, some simpler, easier ways of living.
Yeah. It feels like this Taurus energy to me in particular. There's a lot activating Taurus right now, both the North Node and Uranus too in Taurus. And I had showed you yesterday, there's this astrology book from the 70s that I'm reading right now called 12 Doors to the Soul. And it was talking a little bit about like, if we didn't look at the chart from the vantage point of us being on Earth, if we put the sun in the center and then made the Earth one of the planets on the chart, basically, it was saying that would become the ruler of Taurus. Like Earth would be the ruler of Taurus, and like your Earth placement would be basically like associated with Taurus. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. Like our lives here on Earth really are wrapped up overall. Like I would think Taurus energy, if you were to get in touch with like your Earth energy, I guess, I don't know, this planet, I can see Taurus in that, and that's really activated right now, which is really cool.
Interesting. So do you know how to know your Earth placement on your chart, even though it's not?
Because it's funny, because in the book, you know, I told you, she talks about like sending your chart info to like a person who'll do it on their computer, because
so like, she's not trying to teach you.
No, definitely not. But she said like people are already starting to do it, and this is in 1979, to make the sun the center of their chart instead. So I don't know how that's done. I'm gonna have to peek at the book and see. But
so I do know that like it's opposite your sun. Period. Always. It's an opposition between your sun and the Earth. Because in your human design chart, it does show you.
That's right.
Like the sun and the Earth are the top two things. And so your Earth placement is an exact opposition, just like the nodes. It's like exactly opposite each other. So like for you as a Pisces sun, your Earth placement is Virgo. Like for my Gemini sun, my Earth placement is Sagittarius. So it's just always opposite, which makes so much sense, because your sun is like your light that you came to shine in the world. And your Earth is like, how do you actually bring it into the physical? And there's always that balance between the sister signs of like, how do you improve one of them is that you build up the other one. They work together, the sister signs always. So like, that's just so much fun. I spend a lot of time contemplating the relationships between sister signs. But so yeah, you're a Virgo Earth sign. There you go.
That totally makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how, you know, I did this not too long ago, did this past life regression where I got to experience a little moment of a past life as a farmer where like, and of course a farmer, it just makes me laugh, like Earth as a planet. I keep thinking of Earth as like a modality or
an element.
Yeah. I'm not awake, but
it's a planet also.
Yeah. In Virgo, it's funny because to me that just like screams farming, like being really in touch with the earth and all the processes of like seed to fruit and everything in between, you know, all of that, the potential.
Yeah.
And like I just have this kind of visceral, like heart centered memory of like walking out onto the farm before the sunrise and then just like feeling this feeling of like warmth and wonder and taking it all in and feeling so grateful and appreciative for all of just like the feeling of being out on my field and seeing the sky and like the quietness, the stillness. It just like that's a real appreciation for, I mean, there's nothing complicated about that. That's like the most simple of simple
The
things.
recipe.
Yeah. And it's like,
and repeat.
I could do that. Like, I don't have to be a farmer. I could walk out front of my apartment building at 4 a.m. and look at the sky in awe and wonder. And I don't do that, but I could. There's no reason I couldn't. And I could feel that same exact sense of wonder because it's like, it's equally as majestic now, you know, in this life here. All the simple things of just like the planet we live on and the miracle of the fact that we're here is like so much to appreciate. And it's easy when we have all these complicated, more complex, more advanced things in our lives. It's easy to overlook such simple things, but it's those simple things that are the reason we're here. You know, like we all get to enjoy that. So it's,
I think it was Einstein who said either everything is a miracle or nothing is.
Yeah.
And I resonate with that. I feel like that's very 5D of like exactly what you just said. Like it's a miracle that we're even here. Like grateful for the little things, those little things, like to even comprehend like the society that gave birth to those little things, you know, like the inventions, the mass distribution of technology like hot water. You know, I got like a little comment on a video one time about like she's wanting us to be grateful for a hot shower, like give me a break. And I'm like, no, but really, like who invented this? And how the heck does every single home have the electricity or the gas tank or whatever to power hot water technology so that it's available like in our homes, like in our country? That's just normal. And that's not normal in all countries. And it definitely wasn't normal a couple hundred years ago. I don't know, whenever electricity came along and hot water became a thing. I'm not a historian, but it's a miracle. It really is. Like when you take a hot shower, it's a fucking miracle. So yeah, I stand by that.